Quiet on the set. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. I'm Dear Myrtle, your friend in genealogy. Welcome to MINI-MYRT. I thought I was going to get a lot of work done today. I've been ironing on my latest quilting project, but the world of genetic genealogy has just exploded with some important news, as indicated on the screen. MyHeritage has made a decision to upgrade their DNA test to include whole genome sequencing. That means not just the little bit that we're used to in an autosomal DNA test that they offer. And I've got a lot to tell you. So I've got my email opened up. I got the official word from Daniel Horowitz. But what caught my attention first was a posting that Blaine Bettinger made on Facebook. Clear back in the 2018, he was predicting that eventually whole genome sequencing would be available at the consumer level, but that it would probably still cost $500 or $1,000, something like that. But MyHeritage's announcement says that they will keep it at the $36 range. Now, let me pull up a few of the comments. They are partnering with a company. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see it. Ultima Genomics to do this. And in the testing that I've done with them, my old test will not transfer over. And in fact, if you send it, there's my ironing board. In fact, if you send in a DNA test right now, according to Blaine Bettinger, not every test will be going through the whole genome sequencing. And you can't pick or choose which you'd prefer, just the autosomal or the whole genome. But gradually, new tests will all be whole genome sequencing. Now, there's a bit of concern among the genetic genealogists, and I just want to read a smattering of the comments that came to my attention on Facebook. So Ann Turner, whom I always query when it comes to anything DNA, and also Debbie Cruz Kennett, they spoke quite a bit in the genetic genealogy Facebook group where they're talking about this. So the number of passes or the number of times that they're going to do the whole genome sequencing is about 2 times. And 30 times is what Ann Turner believes is adequate. So, there's whole genome sequencing and there's whole genome sequencing. Yeah, thank you for being here, Coventry. I'm not always in the loop since I am the not so retired genealogy personage, whomever I am. Gosh, you can tell I'm nothing without my panelists. But anyway, I just had to tell you about this. So that's one concern. And I would like to do the whole whole genome sequencing to find out about possibilities, very remote possibilities for health issues that may not come up in an autosomal test. But other people, particularly those who are doing Jewish genealogical research, where endogamy or pedigree collapse can happen because of very tight communities where cousins marry cousins, that may be helpful. Although I have heard that that the 2 genealogy ladies that I mentioned, Anne and Debbie, are wondering about how that's going to look for SNPs. That's the short term for little teeny, it's hard for me to explain SNPs. Just be aware that we're not sure exactly what this is going to mean. None of the genetic genealogy tools for evaluating this, the results, are up to snuff. Hello, Bobby. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in so quick like. Yeah, I don't know what it actually means for us, and neither does the genetic genealogy community. They have concerns. Um, in fact, Lise was saying, does this mean a test will give more accurate genetic matches? Meaning, will I find out if I'm really your cousin, Bobby? I don't know. In fact, Blaine says he doesn't know the full impact, and we're not going to for quite some time. He says his prediction is that there won't be significant changes to matching, but it does have potential for what he says, and I'm quoting him here, significant, let's see, impact on small or distant matches, so way back in the family tree genetically. And it may also increase the reliability of our distant matching. But for most of us, there may not be something that's that much of a change. Um, let's see. Something else. These are the three things that I got from Blaine Bettinger, the genetic genealogist. I can still remember when he first approached Old Mert here in the previous century. I'd be proud to have you as a cousin too, Bobby. And hi, Dawn. Good to see you. But back to what the three things are that impressed me that Blaine said. Number one, samples have already been processed, and some are whole genome sequencing. Um, if you uploaded to MyHeritage from, for instance, during that time period when you took an autosomal test results, all those that raw data, and uploaded it to MyHeritage, you're going to have to test again. But don't buy the kit yet. Wait. Um, For now, new testing is gradually, this is the second point he makes, gradually transitioning to whole genome sequencing. So some of it is not going through that type. It'll go through our traditional autosomal DNA testing, and you cannot choose which one you want. In the future, though, every new test that gets processed at MyHeritage would go through this whole genome sequencing. Now, there have been some interesting anecdotal bits of information from people that I don't know as leaders in the world of genetic genealogy, where they say they've called tech support because the website doesn't have anything about this. It just looks like it's a $36 autosomal DNA test, which we know is good for about 4 generations, maybe a little bit into the fifth, depending on the matches, etc. Um, so he is recommending that we not order a test immediately because it might just go through the ordinary autosomal and not the whole genome. Does that make any sense? Okay. Um, Really, until we know more, that's about all that I can find as far as what the genealogical community is hearing from genetic genealogists. Now, there's 10 of you out there. I really don't know how you found me. I guess you were good. You subscribed, you hit the bell, so you were notified when I went live. But that's the news as I understand it. And as Blaine has explained it, and with that caveat, let's just wait a little bit and see. But this information, this concept that whole genome sequencing could be affordable to us on any level of sequencing, whether it's 2 passes or 30, sounds like a major breakthrough. Someone asked, Does this mean that we'll be able to extract DNA from hair follicles, like from my dad's hairbrush? I still have it. I don't want to get rid of it uh, because I'm waiting for DNA technology to catch up. It might be, but there was no comment about that. Those are all extra questions. Just know that this is a pretty big breakthrough, and we're going to keep you in the loop on that. And it was such that I threw on my scarf, put a little lipstick on. This is the no makeup version of Old Mert. That's how important it was for me to get this information out to you so that you would know. Any other questions? Hello, Flo. I'm glad I caught this live. Thank you for the information. Thank you all so much for showing up. Um, if those of you who are subscribers to MyHeritage know that they come out with very interesting views or theories about um, our DNA matches. And you also know over the years that I've always shown, I've just always amazed at what Gilad Jafat, who is the CEO and founder of MyHeritage. I'm always amazed by what he pushes his various teams to do, be it the DNA team or the let's find new records and get them digitized team, or the team where they partner with other websites to make at least indexes of image databases available. He is very forward thinking and he pushes his team hard, but he loves them as well and treats them very well. Thank you. Thank you. All right. If there's any questions, post them now. Give me a minute or two. Say, yes, I have a question. And then I will know to wait for you to type the rest of the message on a follow-up. Otherwise, I'm ready to end the stream. Pretty amazing breakthrough. $36, whole genome sequencing coming your way through our friends at myheritage.com. All right. There's nothing left to say, but I'm Dear Myrtle, your not so retired and sort of sometimes quilting. This is what I'm working on. Friend in genealogy. Happy family tree climbing, everybody. That's a wrap.